So thank you for making the haul to BFE
Yeah.
all the way out here. I could have I need to get a little bit more. I go through these phases where like I want to do this stuff and then I'm like man and then I get really tired of doing stuff and kind of like not like I just get I lose like motivation
Yeah.
and then like I'm like okay then I did back out and I'm like phew, like yeah I just
Then
need
you
to
get motivated again. And you're like, oh, excited.
I need to push through just those low points and stuff you know and because like I said we're talking earlier first before we continue who are you and kind of a little bit about what you do.
Who am I? Who am I? My name is Lela Dang Visick. Dang is actually my middle name.
I was gonna ask, is that a legit like?
Yeah. I could pull up my ID if you don't believe me.
No. Don't let it go.
Okay.
Take your word for it.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank God my parents gave me the middle name Dang. It's my mom's maiden name because she's Vietnamese. My mom came to America like 18 from Vietnam, and my dad was born in Cleveland, Ohio, but his dad was born in Serbia and his mom was born in Czechoslovakia. So hence the name Lela Dang Visic.
Say the last name.
Visic.
Visic.
Yeah, it's Serbian, but Visic for the white folk.
Does that translate to anything?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure my name translates to Lily, but everyone is always like, no, it translates to this. So you know what? We're just gonna go with Lily for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're okay. So your mom was born in Vietnam.
Yes.
Your dad was born in Ohio, but his parents were from
Europe.
Europe. Awesome,
Yes.
awesome.
So I am Eurasian.
Did you grow up in Houston?
I actually was also born in Cleveland, Ohio.
When did you have Houston happen?
I know, right? So most of my mom's family is in Houston, and most of my dad's family was in Ohio. So my mom actually moved to Ohio, right? My parents met in Ohio, and then my dad wasn't making enough money, and my mom was like, "Hey, my family's out in Houston, and you can make more money." And my dad was like, "All right, let's do that." So they packed up, and we went to Houston in 2003.
They've been here since.
Yeah, boy. So I used to raise, baby.
So, and then a little bit of that, like now, what is it that you currently do? Because I follow you, and I met you at Rabbit's Got a Gun when I was playing with my camera, and there was this like bundle of energy in a red dress, and just for some reason, just like I don't know if it was the walk or if it was like the mood of the cars and the people and this ball of energy literally just like comes out and I was like shooting, and you just ran with it like
with the glasses.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
So what is it that you do exactly?
I do everything. My name is Jack of all trades. So my main goal is to be a singer. That's like I went to school like at Lone Star, woo, go Timberwolves. I went to Lone Star Community College for music. I got my Associate of Arts in Music because that's what I want to be as a singer. But I did modeling when I was like 20. I would say 20 years old. I was like 180 pounds and I started dropping weight because I was working out, depression, all the good stuff. Yeah, life exactly. And then I had one of my friends who was a photographer and then started getting me into photography, like modeling and stuff. And then henceforth I became a Houston model and I just started getting exposure through that and I was like, doing something that kind of scares you, like especially me, like I want to make sure that everything that I do is like good enough for me as well, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to just put stuff out there and then be like, oh, that was crap. I wish I never did that. Like I want to make sure everything I do is good quality stuff. Good quality, exactly. So I wanted to be a model so I could get good exposure, right? As much as exposure as I could without having to sing because I had no knowledge of making music or anything like that.
And networking, rubbing elbows on the right people.
Exactly. And I'm like, this is the entertainment industry. Like I'm sure I'll meet somebody in music doing this stuff. So I did modeling for a really long time. The face gets you far and the energy. I may be 5'3", but the personality is 6 foot.
Dude,
all right?
that's what I was just talking to you about before we got on the camera. I was like, you have just, it's exhausting watching you because you are like just consistently just like going. And I'm like, how the hell does this girl have the energy to just go?
Oh man. You want to know the secret? There's two secrets. The first one is Jesus Christ. That's the secret. And the second one is my dad got a brain scan not too long ago and they found out he's got severe ADHD. So maybe that.
It just goes in the family.
This apple might not
There's a,
fall far from the tree.
there's a medical a loose screw. But that's good. I guess it's a, I don't know. Is it a curse? It's a blessing. It seems like a blessing.
Right?
You know what I mean?
I mean, who knows? I may or may not have it, but like I don't.
You've gotten this far. You're living. You're thriving. You're doing good.
Stay positive. That negative energy will make you tired and give you cancer.
This is true. You can stress yourself out pretty good.
Yeah, I just came back from New York and I was so stressed. I don't ever get headaches, and I had a running headache for 3 days. It finally left yesterday because I went and saw Papa Roach and had banged that shit out.
The videos of you dancing on like in every atmosphere of any just environment is always hilarious to me. It's like you watch something and you just look for like where the chaos is coming from, and it's you.
Like,
yep.
every body part is moving at this point.
So you got into the modeling scene, kind of got a little bit of exposure. You got a lot of exposure. You got a lot of exposure within the Houston area and certain I guess communities within Houston. And then talk to me a little bit more on the singing thing, because there's what 4 songs on actually on iTunes.
Okay, I have.
When are we getting like an actual album? Is there gonna be an album? Are you working on something?
So okay. So it was supposed to be released already. Shame on me. I have an EP.
Okay.
That's already like it's ready. I have 6 songs on the EP already. Some of the songs are not purchased yet. That is why it's not released.
Okay, keep going. I'll ask you about that.
But I am planning. I'm going to write it down, because if you don't write it down or you don't type it out, it's not going to happen. Right. You
Fair
can.
enough. I got there's a go board back there, so
Exactly. Like
it's hidden away. It's like in the corner.
it's you bring it out so you look at your goals and remind yourself, right? When you need to remotivate.
Yeah, when I'm going for the lows.
Right. What was he talking about?
Oh, the
music.
Yeah, the music.
Yes, the music. I want to have an EP release party. So as soon as I release that EP, which will probably be next month, because
you're doing this in Houston, right?
ASAP. Yeah.
Sure you weren't doing it in Ohio.
I know. This girl's a Houstonian, alright? We rep a little bit of Ohio when we gotta talk about our roots, but we know we was born and raised
Other
here.
than that, let's keep forward, yeah.
Right. But I wanna, have time to plan the release party, and then after that I'll be performing on stages. Gotta find some venues to perform, and then.
Do you have any venues in mind and stuff that you want to do? Look, I'll be honest with you. So I was listening to I was stocking up to this, right? Trying to get see who I'm dealing with and what's going on, and between like your music and like if you were to play your stuff and it was to play like I don't know like what's another like Ariana Grande or like any of that like sound. I'm not saying it's like bad or whatever, but it all sounds good to me. Like it sounds like good music.
Thank you.
I couldn't tell like I don't listen to that like kind of music.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to more like I don't know, like just like old school people music. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
no, I feel you.
But again, I was like, okay, this is what sounds like what's on the radio. Like this sounds like what's good on there. Like I can vibe with this. Like I definitely wouldn't change the like this sucks. Like bam.
Like dislike.
Yeah. But if I had like a certain playlist and stuff was going, I was like, okay, I can. This is it's good, dude.
You're like, it doesn't sound like a SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No, it's good. I like it. I was like, okay, and I was just going through it, and I was like, the only problem with this is we need more music.
Yeah.
How does that like process work? What does it take to create a song? How long does it take to do it?
Oh man.
And then is it what goes into making a song for you? Like, is it a personal story? Is it like an emotion? Give me a little bit of that.
So everybody's different when it comes to writing, and like even then, in my different style of writing, most of my stuff comes from the heart. Like a lot of my stuff is poetry, and then I'll go through it, and then we'll like change some of the words, but like a lot of it, like the song "Healing," that song was actually written like prior, like okay, I've had music written for like 2-3 years
I
now.
was gonna ask, do you have like a journal or like just stuff like your phone? What if you lose it?
My note,
It's back
I
there.
know. I mean, I got the iClouds. I got the iClouds.
I have it, and I just don't pay. Like it just if I lose it, I lose it.
Oh man, I would cry. I would probably cry for a really long time.
I've gotten better at trying to like save some stuff to like Dropbox, like stuff that like really real quick reminds me of
Yeah.
like and stuff.
Yeah.
So you have a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
So what's it take to actually create a song? Like I mean I don't know if you want to talk numbers, but like what's the cost of like who all's got to be part of the team? Like obviously engineering, studio.
Yes. So I'm blessed because you know who I butcher his name, but he's a famous Hispanic artist. His name is Yandel. Yandel.
That
Yandel.
sounds familiar.
Okay, he's like a reggaeton artist.
Yes.
My cousin produces for him in Orlando, Florida.
So see, this is like you've got some weird connections in some kind of like industry. That's cool, dude. That's cool. Okay, so your cousin kind of hooks it up, or
Bro,
what?
my cousin hooks her up. Like like services like that could cost upwards of like more than $1,000, but because he hooked it up.
Yeah, he's got no choice.
Yeah, exactly. He got no choice. Yeah, exactly.
I'll hold it down.
Right, exactly. So the 2 songs that I have released now are the ones he helped me produce. The first song that I released, I had to buy that beat because I just found like some beat off of YouTube, and I was like, hey, I already wrote to this, and he was like, okay. So he produced it, and he's like, hey, this beat is very unique, so you have to buy it. I can't like.
Yeah, you have the rights for it. Or whatever,
Yeah, exactly. So there's different prices. Like if you pay $75, this was the prices for me for that song. It was like if you pay $75, you get like 100,000 streams, and then after that, you like don't make money off of it or something like that.
Yeah, I was doing that because of the YouTube stuff, right? So like I can't copyright certain music.
Mm-hmm.
So and I wonder because there's these other sites that like people that have more views, and I'm assuming it's the pages that are monetized. They can use like top hit songs. I think I don't know, and I'm still like just. You guys need to like and share this stuff or whatever.
Yeah,
so that I can get those songs. So I would buy beats from like BeatStar, and like it's where people engineer their own beats. It's like a SoundCloud for just beats.
Okay, yeah.
So I would buy rights, and I could only get 100 streams. I couldn't play it at a live concert.
Yep.
Like there's like certain.
Can't upload it to Snapchat.
No, it's only like YouTube, Instagram, or like Facebook or something.
Yeah.
It's like super, which is good for them. They make their money.
They make their money, yeah.
So.
It's just very like what's the word, like meticulous. Like if you do something wrong, you get sued.
Well, it's like the bill of like house where they give you this like stack of 1,000 papers, and it's like this is what you can and cannot do, and it's like, dude, am I supposed to read this? Like tell me, can I put it on YouTube? Can I put it on Instagram? And can I put it on Snapchat?
I know, right?
And they're like, yes. And I was like, well, why couldn't you just give me a summary? What's the Cliff Notes?
I know. Like, do I have to hire someone to read this?
Yeah.
It's just too much. But yeah, no. With the music, it's just very like they're very particular with all the rights and stuff. So I personally, excuse me, I paid the extra like the two. I paid
the
200. Yeah,
top notch. I want everything.
Exactly. I want to be able to put it on everything. The only thing is on Snapchat, they won't let you put it on there unless it's like 100% yours.
Yeah, you can't have the rights to. You gotta own the song.
The whole song. Like, so since I only own 50% of that song because the beat is not mine, I can't put it on Snapchat. But the other one, Catch a Vibe, my cousin made the beat for that one. So that one's all all us. So
that was a good one. That's a good song.
Thanks.
So what as far as social media goes, what are you creating all this stuff yourself, or which one of the social media platforms do you feel has pushed you? Because you're not doing YouTube.
I know.
You need to get on YouTube. It's fun.
Bruh, you know how editing is, alright?
It's exhausting.
Exactly.
I just put that video up of the snowboard trip that we made.
Yeah.
And it felt like it didn't feel like it. I recorded for like 3 days.
Ugh.
And it's 30 minutes.
And that's like.
And that's because I didn't record the last day.
Oh my god.
And it's like, holy shit. And then like I go through those moods where like I'm in the like I want to put this stuff out there, and then I'm like, man, screw these cameras, these batteries, these chargers, this technology. I just want to be out on the mountain. So I think the last day, or that no, the last day was where like it was just me and my boy. Some of our friends have left, and we drove up there together. And I was like, dude, you just want to just like, and I had finally got my cushion and everything going, and like just getting more comfortable on the mountain. And we were just shredding. We were just fucking shredding, bro. And it was fun. Didn't record any of it. Didn't record the drive back. We were like on the our energy levels were like shot.
Just like living in the moment.
Yeah, like that's the double edged sword that I fight of like creating stuff, putting it out there. And I was telling you earlier before we got on camera, like I'm kind of insecure about this stuff because it's like, man, like, oh, I don't know about this video, or oh, I don't know about this. But at the end of the day, like, something that I'm learning is to cancel the noise out.
Cancel the noise and just do it.
And just do it. Like,
yeah.
For what it's worth, in memories you can go back to, like when kids or the family or whoever wants to look at it and be like, look, this dude. This is me.
Yeah.
And I got like 5 likes and 30 views.
Yeah. Hey man, it's out there.
Yeah.
It's out there. I feel you. Like yesterday, I told you I went to that concert. I recorded so much of that concert, and I was driving all the way up here, and because I had a lot of time to think, driving on here. I was like,
how long was the drive?
So luckily for me, I was at my homegirl's, which was still an hour, but from my house, like I still Googled it from my house, it's an hour and 45 minutes.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course, dude.
For coming and just
Dude.
supporting what the little channel that I got on YouTube.
I met his little babies out there, his fur
the dog,
babies.
yeah, the dogs.
Yeah.
She got a whole backstory on it though. There's like a murder scene going on over here.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, ooh. They love each other.
Is
It's a
this
little
safe?
too hard.
Is this place safe? What's going on here?
I'm like, don't worry, I got the glasses.
Easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, which platform works for you, man? Which platform is the one that kind of it's exhausting to do everything and create it and all that stuff.
It is. For me, I kind of grew up with Instagram, so it's easier for me because video editing, dude, that thing takes forever. And like have you seen the YouTube videos? My YouTube videos? Have you?
I saw one where you're modeling.
Okay, so you saw like I put like sound effects in it and stuff.
Yes.
Bro, having the
wait, I didn't see that one. I saw the one where you're doing a what do you call it? Like a cover to the
like the singing.
That one, and then I saw the one. What do you call it? Like the Vietnamese? Is it Vietnamese outfits?
The yeah.
Those things are badass, dude.
What video? I'm trying to think of a video. Is it on YouTube?
It's a white and gold one. It's not even yours. It's somebody. It's you modeling something else for somebody.
And it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't even know what video you're talking about.
I think it's a fashion company or something. Look, dude, or the girl looks just like you.
Is it yellow?
Yes.
And I have like dark lipstick?
Yes.
Okay,
White
I
and
know.
Yellow, and
Okay.
you're like doing your thing on camera, and it's hot.
Buddhist Temple Luxury Magazine with Saba. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Saba was on the thing on the video, yeah. So wait, I didn't find your channel then.
No. Well, the covers of me singing the covers, that was actually because I had to upload those because I made it for making the band. The rerun, and then COVID happened and shut the world down, and I didn't get to go to Los Angeles.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
But that's just God
telling you like this wasn't for you, like
exactly.
Another opportunity. Okay.
And I met someone like maybe a couple of months ago or a year ago. They were like, oh, like they were talking mad mess about that show, and I was like, okay, maybe it was a good thing I didn't get on that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Sometimes it's hard to kind of go through that where like, like man, you want something to happen. I mean. Not to go into my spiel here or whatever, but like I do real estate and like man, like I was doing really good and I got kind of spoiled, and then all of a sudden I'm like I lost like everything. Not everything, but I had some deals fall through, and it's like, man, I really wanted these to go through. I mean, I wanted to be compensated, and I obviously who doesn't want to make money or whatever, and these people like were trying to get into their house and it just didn't work out. But it worked out.
Yeah.
Like, and that was the thing, and like I talked to everybody and they're like, dude, it's a roller coaster of stuff, and you just can't be emotionally attached to it. And I just did the best that I could, and I was just like, hey, follow up with people, and like, just like, it is what it is. Like, when you just move forward. And now I'm just like, okay, now I gotta get scratch.
Yes,
go from scratch.
Blow that goal board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so you have a separate channel from those, or what? Is there actually a personal channel of yours?
Like on
YouTube.
No, I mean I'd have like just the dang Asian, like Lela Dang or whatever. I don't even remember what it's called. something. Dang Asian. If you just look up Lela Dang, or like
Because
Downtown with Dang.
you have the two songs are on there, but they're just like the album covers with I guess the audio or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, just like me singing the
Are
cover.
you in a music video or what? Are you baby bashing a bunch of people?
Bruh, I was my plan was to start performing after like I do the release and then I start performing. I'll have at least 8 songs to perform. That's a concert, right?
Yeah,
8 songs. Do a little stand up in between. Sorry, my face is all itchy. I got like makeup on, and I've been having allergic reactions to makeup, so my face will like.
Stop learning.
I know, right? Yeah, right. What were we talking about? I'm sorry. After I start performing, then I will find the funding for a music video. But I have some treatments already written out for that as well.
That'd be cool, man. So, okay, how did you end up on Baby Bash's video?
Man,
what's the other guy's name?
His name is Ruben.
He's got a good voice.
He does.
He's got a very, very good voice. Yeah.
Zydeco, that's like I think his
genre type or
it's like Ruben Zydeco, I think. Some I think it's either the genre or like his name,
yeah.
like his last name.
That's a good video. That's a good song, dude.
Yeah.
Stop doing your
Heart of mine.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I saw it and I remember they were promoting it. They were promoting it whatever, and they're like, hey, community, like let's get together or whatever. And then I had to work the next day, so I dipped out early. And I don't like. I mean, I do, but I kind of don't like big crowded places. Like, so like I can only do it in moderation. And I was like over it, like.
No more.
And it wasn't the place. It was just like I was over the weekend. Like I was over, just want to be home and get ready for work and whatnot. But so I dipped out before all that stuff happened. So how did that work out? They were like, Miss Dang over here, or you like y'all had it set up?
Man, so Ruben had reached out to me like the day before. So
networking.
Yes, networking. I'm telling you all, like I do everything mainly through Instagram. I used to be super active on Instagram, like posting. I would go to bed. I still probably I texted you pretty late, low-key. I go to bed at like
it was like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I was like, excuse me, ma'am. I'm a respectable gentleman. Get
But
out of my DMs.
But I'm up too. But I'm up too. Yeah. Bro, I mean creatives, we go to sleep late, right?
Well, I mean, I was also at work last night.
Oh. Yeah. But anyway.
I was creating.
Creative. We're creative. I was saying like, he had reached out to me, and I always do everything through Instagram because that's just how I do most of my connections. Like everything that I've done through modeling, all through Instagram. Like, just people reach out to me through Instagram because it's easy. It's honestly easy to stalk people.
It really is.
Yeah. So he reached out to me, and he said I need some models. I said, what are you wearing? So I know how to set the tone, you know. So I wore my loudest colors. Tip for anybody in the.
I told you, dude. If you had to pick one, if you had to wear one thing for the rest of your life, like it's that red dress, dude. That right there. I don't care if you're going surfing or you're going, you know, snowboarding or skiing.
Going to a funeral.
Going to a funeral, just buy.
In all red.
Yeah, no, that was like some people have, and this is just my personal opinion or whatever. Like some people have that one like look for them. Like some dudes look good in just like the cowboy boot jean, like you know polo or something or whatever.
It just like works for them.
Yeah, it just works for them, you know. And that one, in my opinion, works for you, dude. That was legit.
Thank you.
So he was, or you were like, what are you wearing? Set the mood, and then
and then
so they reached out to you.
Yeah, they reached out to me. I showed up.
Is he from Houston?
Ronnie?
Yeah.
Baby Bash?
No, Baby Bash is, but the other guy.
I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Very brief. I literally like he reached out to me. I don't think we even followed each other. He just like reached out to me, and I was like, okay, follow. Yeah, I'm in. I literally was like, I'm in. He's like paid. I was like, I'm in.
Oh, they did. Okay.
They did compensate the models.
So you're actually a professional
model director.
So are you for hire, right? What's the going rate?
What's the golden rate? I mean,
how
it
do
depends.
people reach out to her people?
Well, I mean, I tell people like I had someone tell me like, man, we spent like over $100 at Zara to dress this model. I was like, if you pay me $75 an hour, I will dress your model. I'll do her hair. I'll do her makeup. I'll do all that, and I'll direct her as well.
Yeah.
Like I can do all. I'm a like I said. What is it called? Like a one
One
stop
stop shop.
shop. That me.
And that's kind of where I'm like that's like looking at your stuff and looking at your page like you're everywhere doing everything in that industry like as far as like the modeling thing, the music thing, like man, just it's hard to keep up with you. Like
I'm
it's like
everywhere.
yeah. I love your little goofy.
Don't shut your eyes. I'll be right in front of your face.
You turn the lights off and like there you
I'm
are.
like, hey.
So then so that yeah, you were in quite a bit of that. That's a good video. I like the video.
Oh yeah, bruh.
What?
Ronnie Baby Bash, he was getting low key aggravated with me because at the end, like at the very end, like I'd be dancing and he's like less dancing, and I'm like, cause I'm also like I'm a dancer. I'm part of a dance crew too.
Well, you got the energy, like you, yeah.
Yeah, I'm part of the Lock and Keys. I know I haven't been to a practice. I've been really busy, but still repping. But I'd be dancing. He's like less.
Why less?
Because it's a lot of movement and everyone's chilling and vibing, and I guess I was like.
Oh, that makes sense. The song is that. Yeah, the song is. Your rhythm was too high.
But my rhythm was too fly for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You were You were up here.
I was like.
The vibes were like down here.
I was like Migos, Bad and Bougie, and they were like, "Take it chill, Bob Marley, please." And I was like,
yeah. And you're just like holding back, trying to contain. No, that was good, man. That was good. How did you get into this industry or this like the music? Is it something you've always like? You have the personality for it, like you just like this burst of energy, bubbly, just like kind of like a free spirit, just yeah. It's probably the ADD.
Yeah, probably maybe.
How did you get started in this? Is this where you thought you were gonna be?
I honestly, man, my life has just been so chaotic, and like everybody makes their own choices.
In a good way or a bad way?
Both. I have been, bro, I know my guardian angel is angry. Like, I know sometimes you want to pick me up and, yeah, no, back up and be back and she's being stupid again. I know, like, I have lived a life where I've made a lot of stupid choices, but those choices have opened up my eyes to the life that I thought I wanted. Like, you know, every girl wants a rich man, right? Like, my dad even was like, stay pretty, marry rich. You don't tell that to your daughter. Yeah. You don't say that, right? But chaotic household at some points, right? And I had a train. I forgot where I was going.
How you kind of if you thought you were gonna do this and.
That's right. Yeah. And I knew I wanted to do music, but I didn't know where I was gonna get started. And then like. I never wrote down any poems or lyrics or anything until I remember I was like 18, and my cousin at the time, he had the one that now produces for Yandel, he was a cop. He had just became a cop in Ohio, and he was telling me like I met a girl who writes stuff. He's like, do you write your music? Like, he's like, you want to be a singer? Do you write anything down? And I was like, no.
I can't sit still, bro.
Yeah, I was like, no. I mean, I have poems in middle school, and I was mad at people, but that's about it.
And heartbreaks on it.
Right. Well, he was like, get on your shit, dog. And I was like, you're right. So then I would like start writing stuff, but like here and there, and then I would go through harder life experiences, and then write more stuff down, and then I would meet other people in the modeling industry who do music, and then I would meet up with them, and then I would learn the process of writing music, because I had no idea how it would go, and I'm like, it's just very different. And then you meet a bunch of these people going through all these different life experiences and making these choices and meeting these people, and then you finally like start to realize, man, maybe I was meant for this, because there's moments like even nowadays I'm like, maybe I'm not meant to make music, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm meant to do something else. But then
where does that come from though?
The devil. I'm being serious. The devil. The negative thoughts come from the devil.
Okay, anyways, keep going.
Hey man, I was reading a book. I hadn't been home in like 2 weeks, low-key. So I was reading this book. It's called Hung by the Tongue. And it tells you that thoughts come from 3 places. Thoughts come from you, thoughts come from God, and thoughts come from Satan. And I I wouldn't call myself a super religious
Yeah, I was
person,
gonna ask you. Yeah.
but I've had my ups and downs in my relationship with God, and like at one point I was so far away from God, like I didn't even think about nothing church. I was like doing drugs and partying, having fun, and getting drunk and
Doing shit that
that.
just
Yeah, doing this.
I don't know if all kids do it, but I mean we did. I did my fair share of stuff.
Right.
I'm not super. Excuse me. I'm not super religious, but I think whether it's real or not, I think just having that grounding structure of like some guidance of like how to live to be a good person, even if it's mythical, whatever, you know, like at least it helps me like that's not the right way to live. Like there's like laws and then there's like what about like outside of laws, like where like people's like just good person fundamentals.
Like
you know?
morality, the law of morality.
And and so I dabble with it in and out, right? Like I say thanks and I'm like thankful for it, and I don't pray as much as I should, and I try to. I went to church finally randomly for like maybe the first time in like years.
And how'd that feel?
Weird, but good. It's just like a weird because it's like oh man, like I'm just.
It's a presence. It's a presence. It feels weird. It feels it. If you've never like even me like stepping back into it, it feels like convicting.
But it was in my head because I walk in there and like I'm like oh shit, like I don't belong here. Like people are looking. It's just me. It's in my head. Like you go and sit down and people are like hey,
Yeah,
how's
like,
it going? It's just like, yeah, cool. And I was just overthinking it. It felt good. And then I went with two of my friends and I know yeah, we just went with two of my friends and I know they I don't know, like they were happy that like I was there, you know,
Yeah.
and like just even for what it's worth, if it wasn't for the church stuff, it was just like to share that moment with my friends.
It's good fellowship.
For sure, man. And I don't know, that's my spill on religious stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if it being like the oldest religion in the world, like where does good morals come from if you take away all that kind of stuff, you know? Because some people think it's okay to kill, some people don't. Some people think it's okay to rape, some people don't. You know what I mean? So that's I think morals.
Yeah, you have to have some guideline. Yeah. But I don't know where we were going.
Yeah, me neither. That's the story of my life.
No, you said you got into it and then you kind of knew you were.
Oh yeah, like
it was meant for you.
It was meant for me. And if I ever have those thoughts of, you know, maybe it's not for me, like then I revert back to like I have those videos on YouTube of me doing covers and stuff. I'm like, I made it for making the
You're
band.
doing it. Like, you're doing it.
Right? Like if I didn't make it, I would be like maybe this isn't the profession for me. But I put myself out there, and if they thought I was good enough to make it in Los Angeles, I think I got the juice. I think I got the sauce. I just gotta everything in God's timing, really though. Like things have happened to where I could have had the opportunity, but I'm not trying to be on no casting couch. So
I mean, networking.
So in God's timing, I believe, and with hard work as well.
Well, when you reach that goal and you get there, you know, and it's just like, man, I didn't have to break like my character, myself, my morals, my values and stuff like that.
That's my biggest issue, and also like when I was younger, like I'm 26 now, but like when you're like 20 to like 24, I feel like it's very easy to be manipulated by Hollywood and all that stuff, you know.
And that's what I was gonna say. Like you seem like you have a very like grounding, like outlook on stuff. You know, like yeah, you do still go out and you know like have fun and do your shit, but like at the end of the day, like you're very like family oriented, aren't you?
I love family.
Yeah. So that's like it's like she's got this like go wild side of her, but then it's also like you do post like quality time with the family, which to me is like the grounding thing where it's like you gotta come back to those like and I try to too because we come from like like the old like you know what the term machismo means, like that we come from that like you know background and man there's times like I don't know if it's just like toxic masculinity.
Yeah, toxic masculinity.
That shit.
Yeah.
Like or like a sense of I've been reading this book and it talks about kind of like being vulnerable, you know. And I don't think my family. I think they never really touched on that, you know. And they had a very tough relationship with my grandpa. So it's like, it stems from that, you know.
Yeah.
And like, how do we change that going forward? And like the cousins now, like, we see it and we're just like we try to be a little bit more connected and not, kind of go through the stuff that they do. So, and they've got some own personal issues with each other and whatnot. But yeah, just try to change that cycle. Like we're like,
Yeah.
man, like we can be cool. Like we don't have to be like I don't know.
Like men are just taught to be so emotionally shut off, but it doesn't have to be like that.
No, it doesn't. I mean, and like with that being said, you also don't have to be like. It's not necessarily being soft because like I'll still punch somebody in the face.
Yeah, it's like you don't have to be a little biatch,
Yeah, but also too like it's okay to like man. And I went through a breakup like last year, and like I was like trying to figure out like what I could have done better, and like so I started reading a little bit more about stuff and personal development, and like looking back at it, I was like, that's where I went wrong. Not to say it was entirely my fault,
yeah,
but this is where I went wrong in the relationship. This is where I could have done something better.
like you're self-reflecting.
Correct, and
Yeah.
it's like, and now it's like, a lot. Dude, the dating world is fucking. It's
Trash,
somebody
basura.
peed in the dating pool.
Yeah.
They took a shit in it. There's a turd floating around, and there's plenty of them.
All of the fluids are in there.
So like yeah, and it's just kind of like okay, but also like I just try not to let that change who I am as a person and my core values and my standards and whatnot. Like so I don't know. It was a very I do a lot of self-reflective type shit just to grow, man.
That's good.
I try to. Is it 100% like I'm like am I the best person? Man, no, dude. I'm still.
Nobody's perfect.
I have horrible qualities and I leave dishes in the sink sometimes.
You said at least. Do you at least rinse them?
Sometimes not. It depends.
All right.
So, what are you doing going forward as far as your career? So you said you've got a EP coming out. You said 8 songs.
6 songs, yes, and then including the 2 I have released right now. Those are that'll be the full 8. And I do. I actually recently met a new producer. His name is Kevin. Kevin the DJ. He's actually helping me produce some new songs on the album. And I just Frontier. They just had a pass. It was like $2,000. That's a lot of money. But I spent $800. It was on sale, and it's a year full of penny flights, basically.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So my cousin that lives in Orlando, I'm finna as soon as
This
May
is
hits.
this is the producer, right?
Yeah. As soon as May hits, I'm finna be flying back and forth.
I don't think people understand that, like, like when people travel and stuff like that, like, man, there's a lot of ways where you can budget travel.
Yeah.
Like, I use my air miles for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, my homeboy, the one I was telling you, he uses his travel credit card to pay for his bills, and then
yeah, and stacks up points.
Yeah,
so like,
stacks up points.
It's not, and I laugh sometimes when people were like, when I like a couple years ago, I was in Colorado like all the time.
Mhm.
I like snowboarding and stuff, so like I go spend time in the mountain. They were like,
Shredding the ice.
yeah. Well, there's a video up now, and people are gonna realize like I'm not that good. But I'm on the mountain, and we're working on it, right? But yeah, like one of my friends was like, why don't you just buy a house up there? You're always there, and it's like I don't pay for these trips. Like I use my credit card, and then I pay it down, and then I use my credit card and I pay it down, and I can get like 2-3 trips a year. It's free. It's just I'm already spend money going out here. I might as well spend money going out there, and that's just, and plus I got friends up there, so it's cool.
Yeah, so you stay with your friends.
Yeah, and then shout out to my friends for letting me crash on their couch.
Hey.
But yeah, it's cool. Like people don't realize that you can budget shit. Like you can go out there and budget, and I don't know, it's fun. So you're gonna go try to spend time in Orlando with him to work on new stuff coming.
Yes, on this album, I have 3 main producers that I work with. Kevin, Cody, and Javier. Javier's my cousin. Cody, he's helped me produce a couple that's on the EP. He's at like half of the songs that are on the EP he helped me produce. And then we've actually just made one other song like a month ago or a couple weeks ago. So we're still working together. And then Kevin, him and I are fairly new. We are just working on stuff for the album right now.
Is there anything that you struggle with as far as like that you don't, I don't know, you don't give me the self-doubt kind of attitude?
Oh man, that's because I am great at masking stuff, man. I don't cry a lot, but when I cry, I cry.
You're like breakdowns.
Oh, I break down, boy. I break it.
What's if you don't mind getting a little personal? What's one of the things that you have struggled with, like going into this industry and also like going through the industry and like putting a product out on the market? like, what's one of the things like? Explain a little bit about like that like personal roller coaster of emotions
Man.
through there.
So, growing up, like, certain people will have like a tick that will make them, like, if someone grew up getting hit, they're gonna like flinch every time
Yeah.
someone raises their hand. So I guess my flinch would be like,
Your trauma.
yeah, my trauma. I don't want to like name names, man. I'm just gonna say someone in my family.
Yeah.
Someone in my family had like.
Man, be your own people, dude.
I know, right? Be your own people, but sometimes some people are not equipped to raise a child correctly, and they don't. It's their first time, and they're just not sure how to do it, or they got something wrong with their brain, and they just don't know how to control it. In my family, someone would just constantly like put someone else down in my family, and so in my brain, like, I'd be putting myself down a lot without even noticing it. Like, I'd be like, oh, it's not good, or so this I always come back to this because this is like the core memory in my brain that's like, you need to stop that. Like, I tell myself, you need to stop
Yeah,
that.
you captured like that's that personal development stuff. Like you're doing that thing again.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
So whenever I did making the band and I did the second day trial, right? Like, I did the whole like fight for your life, dance for your life, sing for your life, and then they went to go scout in North Carolina for like the next group to get more people to go to Los Angeles, right? And that's whenever they were like, okay, like, we have to stop it. We lost the funding because of COVID. I remember this producer's name's Chubby. Chubby. I know that's his name.
Expensive.
I know, right? It's like Lil Dicky. It's like a oxymoron.
Yeah. It's
So,
great for business though.
It is great for business. So he points at me, singles me out in a crowd full of like 50 something people. He points me out, and he goes, you have an amazing voice and you have incredible energy. And I just immediately go like this. And he goes, you see that? You stop that. You don't even believe in yourself. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. But it's so hard for me to accept the compliment.
Is it like a self-conscious thing about yourself, or is it something that like you just?
It's just like
Is this good enough?
It's like not feeling good enough. Yeah. I think it's like, because like I said, Satan attacks me, and like my whole life I was bullied. But then I became a bully because kids are mean, man.
We are mean. I used to get bullied because I was short, and I was like, screw you guys. When I hit my growth spurt, I'm gonna show you guys, and I'm still waiting on it.
He's still waiting on it, bro. You bullied for being short. I was bullied for being Asian.
Isn't that we gotta stop Asian hate, man.
Bro, stop Asian hate. Look, I wear the mask every once in a while.
We're mean, man. Kids are mean, and like when I was younger, dude, I was a little asshole. Like
me too.
I was mean, and like looking like, dude, one of my Asian friends that I met, I met him. He was walking past me in the sidewalk as we were going home, and I just punched him in the stomach. Oh. I am a product of Asian hate. I was distributing Asian hate.
That's so bad.
And then we fought, and then he ended up, beating me up, and then I ended up fighting again, and then I ended up beating him up, and then like the third time or so, we were just like, dude, it is getting exhausting trying to beat each other up. Like, you just want to be cool. Like, yeah, then we were cool.
And now you're great friends.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're cool. Although I haven't talked to him in a while because he's like traveling and doing his own stuff. But yeah, we're cool. Like, if he needed something, like, I helped him out. But yeah, I don't know why I was like that.
Fight Club.
I don't know if it was just, I was just mean, man, for no reason. And now as I get older, I'm like, man, I know what it felt like to be, bullied or picked on or whatever. And like, dude, there's a fine line between like people that like, they don't know how to handle it. Like, some people don't have tough skin and stuff, and you can really damage somebody,
And it's, to me, it stems from holding something in. It all stems from holding.
Is it like a personal insecurity, you think?
Absolutely.
Personal trauma, like childhood trauma stuff.
It's everything personal, because everybody lives life differently. Like, we're all perceiving everything differently, you know what I mean? So, like, me and my sister, if we both got beat the same way, one person could take it differently, and one person could grow, and one person could use it as a crutch, you know what I mean? So like, being so angry as a child and aggressive and stuff like that, like, that's something that I held in and used it as a crutch, because one of my family members was just like so like yelling and aggressive,
Why
and
do you think they were like that? Probably.
I mean they got the brain scan.
But you know what too? It's like this is something that I always thought about too, and it's like, man, like I would get upset with my parents not doing certain things, right? And like just because like I expected certain things or whatever the case was. But then I try to stay. We lost my grandpa a couple years ago, and there was some bad blood around there, you know, between that whole machismo stuff or whatever, you know. And I looked at it and I was like, man. And I don't know if there was like sometimes like where people never really said like, hey, I'm sorry, or hey, I love you, or let's talk about it or whatever. So I think some of the family might have held on to certain things they didn't want to, and I think it's eating them. I think it might be messing with them. So like once I saw that and I saw like what I assumed that feeling was like, I'm like, okay, I do not want any like of that relationship or strain on my health, my heart, my mind or whatever, or in a relationship with my parents. You know, like I used to get upset with certain things that my dad would do, but man, what if it's just he's only doing the best that he can?
The best
He doesn't know. Like,
with what he's given.
And he didn't have the best relationship with my grandpa. You know, my grandpa was kind of abusive and things like that, and it's kind of like, hold on, man. Instead of getting mad at your dad for just doing something that you didn't agree with, look at the bigger picture here. Dad was only doing what he thought was right for that situation. So you can't expect him to. No one has a book.
Yeah.
And you just assume that adults are supposed to have it figured out, when in reality,
they're just doing the best.
Yeah.
Bro, nobody's got it figured out.
I'm 32 now, and like the little neighbors down the street, they're like, they ride their bike and they're like, hey, Mr. Fernando, and I'm like, Mr. Fernando, I was like, damn, am I old now? Like,
the mister, not the mister.
I'm like, easy, kids. Like, we're the same size, right? But it's just, I don't know, man. I think once you, like, and then the relationship thing is just like removing the expectations away from certain, and just like letting, I have a book, what is it? Brave something? I don't know, but I'll give it to you. It's something, especially since you said you're reading. Well, I won't give it to you because I'm still reading it. But I will gift one. I'll gift you one. But it's a good book, and it talks a little bit about that. Like, just I don't know. It's a good book. I don't know. I think just I don't know. Just living a life of purity, man.
Yeah, man, living a life. You know, my cousin, he did a podcast, and they were like, "How did you get to where you were?" And
pain, trauma.
No, literally, right? He's not really like a super religious guy either. Like, he doesn't talk about the devil and Satan and God and Jesus Christ like I would. But he was like, I just stopped sinning. He's like, my idea was of sin. I just stopped sinning for a year, and God blessed me with what I have today.
I pray, dude. I pray. You know, I just pray for just like, man, just give me the strength and then give me the just the drive and stuff to just push through this. I've been without gas. I've been without food. I've been without, like, they cut the lights off, you know, got behind on certain things. Like, I've been through some stuff, you know, and I've always made it out. And I try to reflect back and just like not chase so much and say like, hey dude, thanks for just giving me everything that I have and giving me the tools and the understanding and the mentality and the health and taking care of my family. Like, just thanks for.
That's what makes me. I'm like, because you know, a lot of people ask God for things, but they don't really praise God for what they already have. And like literally every morning, like if I wake up and I forget, I'll like be in the car, I'll shut off the radio, and be like, "Hey God, thanks for keeping me alive and putting breath in my lungs."
Yeah.
You know, I always tell
I got
him,
it from here.
No, right? I'm always just like, bless me so I can help bless others, keep me on the right path so that I'm protected and I'm not, you know, put the right people in my life. Like last week I wrote, I was praying and they were some bars, so I wrote them down. They were pretty.
So you're gonna drop like a holy verse or what, like a gospel song?
I definitely want to make a gospel song, but listen to these.
Should you put this stuff out there? Are these bangers that you should probably save for the?
Oh, I'm gonna just.
I can always like blurt this out.
I'm gonna just do the first bar. You ready? This one's good.
Amen.
This was just a prayer,
and
it all came out all at once. That's how you know it's from God. All right. Lord, please bless me so I'm able to bless those in need. Please keep me on the track and change me to the person that you need me to be. Help me not only love and sit in your word, but create the drive in me to seek all the truths you left behind on this earth for me to believe.
That's good, dude.
Thank you. I mean,
I'm telling you, dude, your songs like it sounds like what's on the radio. It sounds like what these heavy hitters are putting out. Like it's that same energy. It's the same like, and I'm not saying it's the same. It's like oh your talent is it's just the same. No, no, no. It's up to par
it's
with
up to par.
yeah. It's up to
Thank
par
you.
with what's up there. You know.
Hey man, that also really depends on your producer.
Yeah. See, I don't know anything about that.
Bro, because the producers that do mixing and mastering, like all the stuff on the screen, I'm the one singing in the mic.
Yeah.
And like, they're my words, some of the flows are mine, but some of the flows are theirs as well. Like, it's really a team effort because, like, me trying to make a song by myself would sound like boo boo.
Well, I always find that funny when people are like, oh, I'm self-made, I'm self-made, I'm self-made. It's like, to an extent, dude, but you also have to get credit where credit is due because
Yes.
if you don't have an audience or if you don't have a customer or you don't have a small community behind you and your product and whatever it is, you're not self-made. Like the idea starts with you. Yes, that's a self-made idea, and the foundation sort of is kind of cultivated with self-made stuff. But at some point, there has to be a community, a network, a system that you can't do everything by yourself.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, other than like we were talking about this creating stuff. Like it's hard. I'm gonna edit this. Like I've got to put all this stuff together but you know what? Like at the end of the day, it's something fun for me and it's a memory for me that I can at least later in life say, man, I sat down with Miss Dang before she was like doing the dang thing, you know?
Doing the dang thing.
And we shared. We'll never have this moment again.
Mm-hmm.
We will never have this
Well,
moment, this vibe. But it won't be the same.
I mean, yeah, true. It'll be a different vibe, but we'll be here. We'll be here.
We'll stay in touch, dude. I stalk you enough to hey, hope all is well.
VIP tickets, baby.
Yeah, let's all
VIP,
in, dude.
VIP.
Can I vlog the whole thing?
Bro, let's go.
Dude, I'm down. I'll be backstage, like jumping the show. So you couldn't about tackle me, like, get out of here.
I'm like, jump, get
Yeah. Mosh pit.
Yeah, bro, the mosh pit was lit last night.
I'm too short for that shit, dude. I tried it once and I got like elbowed in the face because the height ratio is different. So it's just like, nah, I'm not. Unless it's kids, I'm not doing it.
Bruh, you guys, I love the mosh pit. I don't even know what happened, but my wrist got slit.
Somebody was probably out there with razors.
It was bleeding.
It was sideways.
Bro, this one guy, he was pissing me off. He had like his arm against my back, like pushing
Using
me.
you as a shield?
Just like trying to get me to not touch him and his girlfriend. And I'm like thinking, you're at a
concert, dude.
You're at a concert, but a rock concert.
Get the seated seats, bro. Go up
So,
where was it?
It was at 713 Music Hall. Yeah, it's right by the Post Hall, Post Mall.
I need to get more. I got excuses. I got a ton of excuses, but I need to get more into the city and like more in that because like this was a hall and there's a lot of people that I've networked with that are doing cool shit that when I'm not going through my lows, you know, I'm like I get back in the highs. Like I've got you today, and then tomorrow I've got another guy that I've been talking to. We're sitting down tomorrow. He's super techie, super content creator. Like it's badass. Like this dude delivers free content, tips and tricks online. Like it's so cool, and like I just love meeting people. Mm-hmm. And to be honest with you, it's something that I enjoy. But for marketing, like my real estate business, this stuff I'll put this stuff out right, and I only have to put it out once. Mm-hmm. People can come back to it, and when they go look at my page, and your friends are like, "Oh, I'm gonna go look this guy. She sat with this dude that does this podcast." And they see like, oh, I like car stuff and I do real estate stuff. So if it's something car related or something real estate stuff, like I can help you with that, you know? And it just helps grow my business. Yeah. It gets my name out there. Like, I don't know. That's just I enjoy doing this. Why not use it to leverage other stuff, you know?
Connect the community.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thrive on conversations and sometimes I talk too much.
Hey, me too, brother. Hey, ain't nothing but a thing, you know what I'm saying?
When you're not doing music, when you're not traveling and doing stuff, what are some of your own personal hobbies? Mention a little bit of reading. Or, that's kind of a silly question.
I love shopping. What woman doesn't? I like fashion. I really love fashion. I've got a passion for fashion. I'm like...
Is that a bar right there? Can you, like...
I got a passion for fashion.
You're so funny, dude.
I'm like trying to think of another bar.
Yeah, it's cool.
I got some streams, I gotta fasten.
I have the production team edit that out.
Right, thanks.
That's me.
He's like, get the hole right here. This production team.
So when you're not
Self-made.
hey, self-made, yeah. Yeah. So when you're so the fashion thing. What else? You said you read a little bit.
Read a little. I hate reading. I just started picking it up because
It's good for you.
I know.
Especially, I don't know, maybe for you since you're on the go all the time and you're like constantly like everywhere. Kind of work on maybe just like getting out of that realm and like woosah for a little bit. You know?
I whenever I'm like away from home for too much, I get like
anxiety.
Yeah, not anxiety, but just like cause I'm usually like really high energy, but my high energy has a cap, believe it or not.
Yeah, you gotta go back home and charge the batteries.
Yeah, charge the batteries, and like when my room's like kind of a mess, like I don't feel in a good place, you know. And I got a lot of clothes. Like I've got over 100 pairs of shoes. Chicken thigh. Because these feet gotta have some.
Well, I mean, it's what you are as a business. It's what you do and stuff like that. So it's your tools.
Honestly, yeah, it's like what I associate myself with is like fashion, and because like my whole life I just love fashion.
Well, you're in that light, and you're in that business, you're in that industry, and you gotta keep up with it. Like you know, you're a product, and those are you're a doctor, and you need your tools.
Yeah.
And that's just what you're a mechanic.
Doctor
You need your tools, right? Like it's just what those tools are in the industry that you're doing. So.
And I probably do have a problem.
I mean, we all have some. Dude, I got a lot of money sitting in a truck on jack stands and tools and stuff like that. Like you're gonna do it.
What's your hobby?
Yeah,
What's your hobby?
that's my shit. You know, that's what I enjoy doing.
I like organizing closets. I have a couple friends I've organized closets for. And I was thinking about doing like
a neat service, like a organizing service.
More like styling. Like I'll clean out your closet for this much, like depending on how big your closet is, and then I'll be your personal shopper. Because I can't personal shop for you if I don't know what's in your closet.
We can try it on me. I usually do t-shirts and jeans.
I got you.
Give you the nicest t-shirts and the nicest jeans.
Bro, and I like this whole outfit. It's fancy.
I'm in cargo. I've got cargo shorts.
One word, two syllables. Goodwill.
Goodwill.
This right here.
Again, you look nice.
Thank you.
People you don't have to it's like the videos of people that do the garage sale furniture and they take it home and flip it and they make money.
And they make money.
It's creative, man. Like you don't have to spend a lot of money to. I finally just spent money on a nice surfboard or a snowboard.
Yeah.
But
this one.
That's my old one.
Oh.
That one I bought off Craigslist for $200. It came with the bindings. It came with the boots. It came with pants. It came with everything. Dude, I'm a budget. I didn't grow up with a lot of money.
You see these eyes?
I didn't grow up with a lot of money, so I had to find ways to have fun and kind of like be creative. We had, not to say poor fun, but because we weren't poor in as far that little not stupid video that's going around with Bob Marley where he's like, "So are you rich?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "Do you own a lot of things?" And he's like, "Oh no, I'm not that kind of rich. My rich is life." So we had like riches in the sense of life.
Yes.
Now, and I'm thankful for that because if I grew up the other way, I think I would have been a spoiled little brat. Like my personality, entitled, and my personality, like for sure would have been bad.
Then it stems from like how you were raised, because
this is true too.
There's a bunch of rich kids who are like super amazing and grateful, and then there's other kids who have nothing who are assholes.
People need to spend quality time with their kids. I think
people need to not just spend quality time.
Them.
But they need to beat them and they need to love them and they need to tell them they're doing a good job when they're doing a good job and tell them they're being bad when they're being bad.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't.
Don't try and be friends with your kids, bro.
You can't.
You can't.
It doesn't work out. It's never worked out.
There's moments you can be friends with them, but don't be their friend.
I think you gotta scare them a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Scare them hey, I know this is gonna build you or instill lifelong trauma in you, but I'm gonna beat the living crap out of you.
But you're gonna learn.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think back to that. Like I budget stuff. Like,
budgeting is good.
I went and bought some stuff for from the thrift store, like fresh stuff with tags on it for like a quarter of the price. Like, I'm always looking for ways to cheap out. Like
I'm saying, like fashion is literally what you make it. It does not have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be brand name. It doesn't have to be this or that. It's whatever you put on your body and makes you feel good. That's your fashion.
Especially right now with like everything's acceptable. I see people wearing like old vintage tees
Yeah.
And like they put like
They put their own holes in it.
yeah, and it's just kind of like, man, that's cool. Like, dude, I'm pretty dry when it comes to like
Fashion.
t-shirts, usually black. Ball caps, just because I'm balding, so I try to hide like whatever.
He said.
Yeah. And then just I've got like 4 pairs or of one set of Vans, and then I've got like 3 pairs of one set of Adidas. And I when one starts getting wore out, I pull another one out of the box, you know. And I just I spend my money on the garage stuff.
On the garage
this
stuff.
snowboarding, the truck, like
all the equipment.
Yeah, creating this stuff or whatever. But
the crew.
What's we're going in on an hour, so I'm gonna cut it here. What's one thing that you are grateful for?
Oh man, I'm grateful for support.
Or give me a couple things.
Okay, I'm definitely super grateful for support. I have been in some like really low places, and like I'm so grateful that the people that have seen me in those low places weren't agreeing with me and being like, "You're doing okay." They're like, "Hey, get out of this shit. Like you don't belong here." Yeah. I'm grateful for having supportive parents. Their parents were like, "You want to be a what? A singer? Be doctor,
Yeah.
But fortunate for me, my parents.
A little accent.
Yeah. Fortunate, even my dad's dad, like my grandfather, he's like, "Duh, music degree. What do you go do music degree? Singing bars?" And I'm like, "It's like your grandpa just married someone rich."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Ah." Right. But I just mess with him. I'm actually staying single. I'm dating myself, which has been really nice. I wanted to marry someone rich, and then I was like, I dated someone rich, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna just be a baker and make my own bread.
I don't know, man. I think the emotional connection for me with people, like I truly just need support. Like,
Yeah,
just support me in what you do, like, and what I'm doing, like, but also too, like I learned the last relationship, like things that I needed to do, but that to me ultimately, dude, that's all I need. Like
support.
this podcast stuff, the real estate business I'm trying to grow, the fitness stuff, the traveling things I like to do. Like, man, what is it that you need? And then I'll help you there. And all I ask you is just to fucking support me. That's it, dude. Like, just support me in what I do. And like when I'm going through my lows, man, just help me, because I'm like, hey, I'm in a funk. Like how do I get out of this? And it's like, dude, you've been there before. It's a waste of time. Figure it out. Keep the momentum going. Like, people watch this stuff. People like this stuff. People like actually feed off this stuff. So like, for what it's worth, put this stuff out there and just run with it.
Exactly. I just released a video that's 2 years old, but I fucking released it because people on YouTube.
Okay.
People were like
what is your YouTube thing?
I'm pretty sure just look up Downtime with Dang. This should pop up if you do Downtime with Dang, I think. Let me see. My account is Dang_Asian. I did change it. I have 111 subscribers. If I was more consistent, a lot of people are like, "How come you're not famous yet? How come you're not famous yet?" It's because I'm not as consistent. That is why.
Oh, dang, Asian.
Yeah.
Your fucking personality, dude.
Oh, let's not. You can watch that on your own.
I'm sorry.
I'll subscribe now.
You have the personality, and that's why when I saw you and like I turned around, there was a million people. There was a lot of people out there, but I don't know if it was your little sassy ass walk that you had, or like just the cars that were out there, and then like the vibe that was you. For some reason, you had that, and some people have it. You had it.
Oh, thank you. It's Jesus, I swear.
It's not the Ohio roots.
It's not. It's definitely not the Ohio roots. I ripped it off, put some weed on the no more Ohio roots in here.
All right, so before we wrap this up, I need a favor.
Yes.
I need you to stay consistent. I need you to stay consistent, and I say that because I struggle with that. The algorithm stuff, it's I gotta stay consistent with the YouTube thing. I've got a couple subscribers, I've got a couple hours. I would love to get to the point where I can start to generate a little bit of money from this stuff, but it's possible,
Yeah.
And I got other little crazy ideas that I got going on. I kind of stretch myself a little bit too much, and I try to narrow down kind of a few things that I enjoy.
That's my problem too, is
Yeah.
stretching myself out. Yeah.
just built. Yeah, we're just built like that, man. It's just one of the things that. Yeah, and so going forward this year, I want to look back in a year from now and just reminder to stay consistent. Consistency is the biggest thing for me. The thing that's worked for me is when I have those lows, I try to push through them, and every little time, for some weird reason, whenever I am in a low and I was like, dude, just pick up the phone, or just do this, or just do that, there's a little blessing there that's like, man, I'm glad I did this.
Yes.
There I was in my own head. There I was doubting myself. There I was in my little funk, and all you had to do, why did you spend 3 days?
You could have just done this 3 days ago. Yeah. I feel you. I'm on that same, just do it. I read something that was just count to 3. If you just count to 3, just do it. Just count to 3 and then push yourself to do it. And you're not going to regret it. If it helps you.
Yeah, that's the right thing.
Yeah, if it's the right thing.
Where can people reach you? Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram is honestly my best main point of contact.
Not on YouTube, because she's not consistent on it.
Yeah, not because I'm trying hard. I don't have an editor and that takes forever.
Dude, you send me your stuff, I will gladly, it's hard to follow, if I had somebody to follow me around when I was doing these things, it'd be cool to have somebody sitting on the other end,
Yeah.
and hey, it sounds good, hey, it looks good, but I've got the audio box, the control for the headphones there, everything, it would be cool to kind of set it up like that, but I'm not at the point where I can pay somebody to do that. People's time's valuable,
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
But,
That's why I don't involve anybody in my bullshit, because I ain't got money to pay y'all. You know what I'm saying?
But if you ever need anything as far as dude, I can follow you around, if you got an event and you want some kind of background stuff, I will gladly follow you around and kind of this is what happens when we did this event,
It's car stuff, right?
Yeah.
Texas 2K Mega Meet coming up next month.
I thought they were canceling it because no, they're not doing the last one because they're shutting down the track.
Are they?
Yeah, this year.
Well, you down to go to the Mega Meet? Alright. It's on a Wednesday. I have the information.
Are you going to be involved in it? What are you doing on the audience stuff?
I'll probably be.
You're going to be performing?
I'll try. It's the 15th, March 15th at Aviva Stadium at 6 p.m.
March 15th. I'm good, yeah.
Wednesday.
Yeah, that's fine. I can make it happen. Send me the deets. Have your people contact my people,
Yeah.
and then we can set something up.
Okay, that's key. I'm excited.
So Instagram, what's your Instagram handle?
It's dang_Asian.
I'll put it on here so people can
Yeah.
stalk you.
Everything is dang_Asian. Except my email is dang2Asian at Gmail. It's dang, the number 2 Asian.
And then, so we have the email, we have the Instagram, we need the phone number, the address, social.
Do you need my mother's maiden name?
My zip code.
My zip code. I live.
Yeah. Dude, thanks for sitting with me. It was, I just wing these things. I don't do any of this stuff. Kind of an idea, touch bases with people, hey, this is kind of what I want to do. I want to ask you a little bit about what you do or whatever. So, the vibes were cool. You're awesome. I love your energy and your not in a bad way, your goofy burst of just personality that pops out. I'm rooting for you and anything that you're doing and everything that you're doing. I think you have the personality for that, and I think you, again, consistency. Just stick with it.
Right, consistency is key.
You're your biggest doubter, man.
I am my biggest doubter. We're gonna get that out of our head.
You know how I know that? Because I'm my biggest doubter.
We got this though. We got this. We're gonna crush it. This is our year.
This is our year.
This is our
We're gonna
year.
make this shit happen.
We're gonna make this shit happen.
Guys, as always, thanks for checking this stuff out. And yeah, there'll be more to come. I've got some stuff coming up, and I think tomorrow or Wednesday. And I'm gonna try to pick the ball back up on these. I got through my lows, and we're on a high right now. So
We're on a high.
We're gonna stay consistent.
We're gonna stay on that consistency.
Hey, don't forget to subscribe to our channels, and just do what you want.
Like, share, subscribe.